Hi, my name is Ryan Hoplamazian, and this is my story. I just want to start by saying that I'm not anyone special. I haven't done anything to qualify me to really be here. I just want to tell my story in the hopes that someone who's been in an equally dark place can find some hope from it. I grew up in an abusive, broken household. The first 15 years of my life were pretty rough. Spare some of the details, but bad enough that I had to see my father until the court took me away when he threatened to kill me. Growing up on the opposite side of that, I had my amazing mother and grandparents who were honestly my heroes for the whole time. They always did their best to make me feel loved and keep me safe. Really kept me sane through my whole childhood. My grandparents played a very big part, along with my mother, in just helping really steer me in the right direction whenever I was being raised. My grandfather passed 2 years after I had stopped having to see my father, which was probably, if I think back to my happiest childhood memories, the happiest 2 years I had was in that time period. His death was really hard on me. He was the guy I looked up to the most for just a parental figure to really tell me what to do. So after he passed, I moved in with my grandmother and just helped take care of her for 4 or 5 more years until my mom got diagnosed with cancer. And then she ended up moving in with us so I could take care of her too. So it's a lot of responsibility at a young age to have to take care of them. Mom got better for a while. Unfortunately, she ended up passing when I was around 21 or 22. It was a really rough time. I can remember my grandmother waking me up because she couldn't wake my mom up, having to give her CPR before they would send an ambulance to see if they could resuscitate her, knowing somewhere in deep down that she was already gone. I really kind of took a turn after those events. Started drinking much more than I should. Really just lost hope. At no point in my life, I was always raised in a Christian household. I never really had trouble believing in God. I've always known God existed. I think at my darkest times, the hard part for me was just trying to understand why I would matter, why all the things that had happened to me had happened, and how our God could let that. I think I went back and forth blaming myself or God for everything that had happened for many years. It was really honestly just looking for anything that could help escape the reality of what was going on. As Ephesians 2 tells us, and you were dead in the trespasses and sins, in which you once walked, following the course of this world, following the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that is now at work in the sons of disobedience, among whom we all once lived in the passions of our flesh, carrying out the desires of the flesh and the mind. I feel like that's where I got stuck going through this whole time period. I didn't see any more hope. I didn't know what else to do, and I definitely hit a rock bottom. And I wish I had an explanation, but I just knew at some point that I had to trust my God and to reach back out. And talking to my pastor at my church, we met for a day, and it's hard to explain, but honestly, God just filled me with a peace and a light that I hadn't had probably ever. And I truly knew that, there are bad things that happen to good people and good things seemingly that happen to bad people, but that's not something that'll always be. And I had to really come to grips with not feeling like I deserved salvation, I think, at that time. But truthfully, none of us do. That's what makes it so special. There's not a person alive who deserves it, but it's ours nonetheless. Ephesians 2 goes on to tell us that God, being rich in mercy, because of the great love with which he loves us, even when we were dead in our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ by grace, and you have been saved, and raised us up with him, and seated us with him in the heavenly places in Jesus Christ. We don't have to deserve the salvation to have it. And no matter how low of a point you find yourself, things can get better, and they will get better as long as you have faith. I now have been married to the most amazing woman that I could ever imagine for the last 4 years now. We've got a baby girl coming in March. It's just a few months away from when we are filming this. But I mean, if you were to look back, it's been 2 years now. If you look back 3 years, I probably wouldn't have thought I'd survive the year. No matter how you feel, things can always get better. And even when we feel like we've given up on God, he doesn't give up on us. Again, my name is Hoplamazian, and this is my story.